Anyways, welcome back to the Hidden Sound Pod. I'm your host, Bryant, aka Say Nave, and as always, is my co-host, Bradwick.
Hello.
And we're back. We've
back.
been gone for
A
3
few
weeks.
yeah.
But after we're back. And this year, we're 2025, we thrive. We thrive in 2025.
All right, let's go.
So here we talk anime and other fun stuff. We're probably going to change the format of the show sooner or later. We'll see. But since it's been a few weeks, I'm skipping comment watch, and we're going to go right to the article. So I have some fun news, Brad, as I mentioned earlier.
All right.
So the first one. First, follow us follow us, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Instagram,
Yes.
RIP, TikTok is not going to be here, or maybe it will be here, but Hidden Sound Pod. Follow us on YouTube. Anyways, N Hentai fights back, drops bombshell.
Fight back, hentai. Use those tentacles. Use those tentacles, hentai.
Wait, so you're rooting for the underdog here.
Yeah.
So here's the funny part. I actually went through this article for science.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So. They dropped bombshell evidence showing that they were granted permission to host the pirated content, right? So, which I was like, so this article from AnimeHunch.com bullets out their 3 points of defense. So, they first claim that there's ownership discrepancies, which basically. They said that PCR, who's the parent company, has not demonstrated legal ownership of the works in question, which is a fundamental requirement for filing a copyright infringement lawsuit. So no, that's fair. Hey, do you even really own this, right? Second, PCR, and this is the company that's suing N Hentai. Second bullet point is that there's an unclear scope of copyrighted material. So, according to the article, there's concerns that were raised by the defense about the clarity of PCR's claim. And Hentai asserted that some of the registered copyrights were classified as literary works, which explicitly includes images under copyright.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, we're getting a little pedantic here, and we're getting lost in the semantics. But once again, N Hentai is coming back swinging. But this is the most important line of defense for N Hentai, Brad.
Yes.
And that is that they claim that PCR granted permission for them to host the copyrighted material, and then they came with receipts. So they have an email.
Oh my God. Oh no. Well, that person's fired.
Right, so
they're gone.
So they presented a bombshell evidence that PCR representatives had granted them explicit permission, and they have an email where the person in the email said this is not a takedown request or a DMCA. So from the evidence, if you will, to whom this may concern, right from the beginning, I want to stress this is not a takedown request or a DMCA. I spent enough time selling the high seas myself to know that they're pointless and nobody listens to them anyways. My name is David. And then it continues on. But this letter apparently gives them permission. So I don't know.
Wow, that's...
I don't know where you fall on this copyright infringement battle, but...
about these literary works?
Listen, someone has to make it.
Yeah,
In this capitalist...
It sounds funny, but it's like... Yeah, like they have to be classified as this.
If there is
I'm
a
reading
market...
I'm in the library reading my literary works.
If there is money to be made, there is a market for it. So...
You put down the library. Why have you been in the library for like 3 hours?
Why is there so much...
I don't know. These books are great.
Why is there so much stickiness in the floor of the library?
Wow, that's a lot of things to call them out on, too. That's like, and getting emails, like, who's David? Why is he was he allowed to do that in the first place?
Yeah, my rule on copyright infringement is and this has no legal bearing. I'm not even a lawyer, but this is my personal. This is how I sleep at night. I'm like, is it readily available to consume? I.e., anime in the early aughts.
Yeah.
There was no reasonable way for me to get any Naruto episode with subtitles without the good work of the fan subs back in the early 2000s, right? And then second, is there a substantial amount of money that's being lost in the process? Now, if there's no real convenient way for me to buy it, there's really no money being lost, right? Especially in the 90s, right? With anime. Like, but nowadays, you can argue it's easier to monetize things. But from my understanding, half of the works weren't even for sale in the States. Half of the manga that was being pirated, right? So, I don't know where they stand. Why can't we just all get along? Is what I say.
Not when there's money involved.
Right? I'm like, so I thought that was a bit of fun. So yeah. So will you be visiting N Hentai and supporting the cause?
No. No, I won't.
Once again, I'm only there for science.
Yeah. To read the words on the book.
So you might have a better idea about, I guess, what's being referenced in this next article. This is more fun news.
This might be from the first. Go ahead.
So, man claiming to be Ichigo Kurosaki brutally murders a 69-year-old by reenacting a Bleach anime scene. So, a convicted murderer serving a life sentence in New Zealand. What?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Have been brought forward new evidence alleging that his brutal attack on a man in 2017 was influenced by a scene from the Japanese anime Bleach. So great, they already got him. This is just they're looking at evidence that was already there.
Yeah.
So his name is Yad.
Yad Elohim?
Why is his name Yad? First of all, this man sounds like a murderer. Was convicted, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what scene they're referencing. I'm wondering if is it like the beginning, the first episode?
The first episode?
He didn't use a sword?
Oh my god, look at this guy.
Oh yeah, he was pretty serious.
No, he's guilty. All right, so the Bleach connection. So the alleged connection between Bleach and the 2017 crime emerged during an investigation. Interestingly,
he
believes he was a ninja when he was young. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Oh my god.
Oh, okay. So I'm going. I'm on Screen Rant. They said the particular scene was not mentioned in the report.
Oh, what? I gotta know the scene.
Yeah, I'm guessing he just said that.
Oh, that's whack.
He said the criminal acted ruthlessly, not letting his victim rest for various minutes. The reports indicate that Yad Elohim dealt more than 90 blows to his victim, culminating with the death of the innocent man that same night. Following his arrest, the perpetrator
90 blows with a sword or with his fist?
With his fist. I was thinking it was like the first episode of Bleach, but now they don't know. That's why I assumed when I saw the title, but I guess that's not what it is. I think he was like kicking him and punching him. He said, following his arrest, the perpetrator's defense attempted to get him an insanity deal, as the man had been diagnosed with schizophrenia in the past.
I mean, he thought he was a ninja.
Yeah, he thought he was a ninja. That's.
I mean,
why did they say it was Bleach?
I think they mentioned Bleach.
Okay. The defense's psychiatrist, Dr. Kavney, has released a statement where he indicates that the actions of his client look extremely like scenes from the world-famous anime Bleach. According to the professional's report, when seen side by side, Yad Elohim's attacks are visually similar to those of the protagonist, Ichigo Kurosaki, a member of a race of strong warriors known as Shinigami. So I guess from the guy's wounds, it looks like it. I don't know where they got that.
I'm like, where did they get this from?
I thought when I saw the top, this dude had a sword. I didn't even read the article.
So I'm almost like, are they just saying this to get the insanity plea? Because when I think Ichigo, I think the sword, right?
Yeah. I'm thinking. So I'm like, it's not like One Punch Man or something.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, he surely has not seen the 1,000-year war blood arc.
Yeah. So like, I don't know where the guy was like, oh, Bleach. I'm like, but there's no sword.
It sounds like a stretch. I feel like, and I have no evidence of this. It sounds like he mentioned Bleach in his psych eval, and he's like, you know what? I saw Bleach too. It looks just like it. Yeah, there's not a single thing. Like, I think about the swords in Bleach.
Yeah, I think his representative is trying to, his legal advice is like, hey, let's get him on the insanity.
I'm like,
deal.
someone is paying
what
him.
anime do you like?
Bleach.
Look,
someone's paying him good money because that is.
I'm like, bro, who like only one character in there is throwing hands, and that's the Hispanic dude. and that's it. Everybody else got swords or.
I feel like you gotta drop the scene. Like, I need to know the scene because
they would have to.
Does he do taijutsu at any point?
No, it's all swords.
Yo,
ain't not one fist.
This lawyer he's working for his money. This doesn't make any sense.
He's really trying to.
I need to know this. I need.
Unless somebody got bullied in an episode, that's the only way he can pull that off. They find a filler episode where somebody got beat up in school or something, and like,
if he said Dragon Ball Z, I'd have been like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's
all Dragon Ball Z is this the entire time.
I don't know where they. I was like fisting, kicking. I'm like, what is this?
Next bit of fun news. Here goes the headline. That is why Japan's population is decreasing drastically. Japanese girl announces her marriage with Isegai from Blue Lock.
The soccer. Is she allowed to do that? What is this picture? What is this?
I like how they censored her face.
Yeah, that they really could have, let's just show who this person is.
So it says Japan's population is on the decline, and while experts pore over graphs and statistics, a quirky cultural phenomenon has emerged that might just explain everything in one hilarious go. Meet the latest couple taking the internet by storm. I mean, let's get serious, guys. Japan, stop this, guys. Stop. Listen, I know this is probably a stereotype, but stop letting the stereotype get out. This is ridiculous. A Japanese girl and Isegai from anime Blue Lock. Yes, you read that right. She's married a fictional soccer player.
Why does she want to do that? That is
yeah, I mean, like,
oh my god,
they really posted this on. Wow, they like I don't even. And this is what like. Okay, yeah, I have nothing to say about it. I don't know what's up with people. This is like,
is that a paper cutout?
Yeah.
How do you? You can't even fuck it.
I was gonna say, like, if it was one of those robotic things or blow, like this is
at least get a robot. At least.
I mean, all right. Well, we wish the happy couple a great marriage.
All you do is like fall. Never mind.
Yeah, anyways.
Well, yeah, they'll be together forever.
You want some more fun sex pest news?
God.
Your name.
Oh yeah, your name
producer seeks suspended sentence in the child case citing settlements reached with victims.
No.
Like,
did he get caught when they weren't even looking for him? They found him, but I think they found him. Because they're looking for something else, and his name happened to pop up in the emails. No, you're staying. We gotta read.
Staying. You gotta.
You're staying.
You gotta. I think he got caught before anything happened, but you gotta stay in for a cool 5.
Yeah, you can.
And then you gotta be barred from all schools.
He got caught like last year or something like that.
Like, he didn't do anything, right?
Huh?
I think he got caught beforehand, right?
I think so.
If he did, if it was afterhand. 20. Yeah. You gotta be gone for a minute, bro.
Yeah.
So keeping the
accused is all. God, that is. Yeah, he's
throw him away. Throw him in the bin.
All right, one more. Okay, we have to go to I said sad but promising story. So there is a prominent voice actor who had a brain tumor recently.
It's very sad, Brad.
And I think what happened was he went to the doctor and they happened to notice he was getting a checkup and he noticed he might have a brain tumor. So they had to have an emergency surgery. So they went to his name is Mike McFarland. He has been around a long time. So he is Master Roshi in Dragon Ball Z, the Funimation dub. He is also Buggy the Clown in One Piece.
Yeah.
He's Gene Havoc on Full Metal Alchemist, and he is Jean from Attack on Titan. So he's and there's something else in here that I forgot, but he's been around, so he's like a veteran voice actor. But they started the GoFundMe for $60,000, and now they have raised $126,766. The surgery was a success.
How much? 700,000?
126,766. So the surgery was a success, but he still has a long road ahead of him to recover. Yeah. So they're still accepting donations for that. So thankfully the surgery went well, but it still is going to take him some time to recover after all of that.
Well, good luck, Mike McFarland.
Yeah.
I just find it so odd that all these voice actors, man, and all these massive IPs,
they don't make a lot of money.
That is wild to me.
And also, I think he's gonna need a live-in assistant, which is gonna cost money. Also, yeah.
Jesus,
I think that's what they said.
Yeah, I mean, to be from Master Roshi to Gene on Attack on Titan,
No, the pay with anime voice acting has been low for a really long time. So it's so hard to get in, but when you do, it's the pay is still it's better, but it's still not great. So people always say, "Oh, try to go for commercials," because with commercials, you can get residuals year by
100%.
year if they keep the ad going. You can get a lot of money off of that. But people think voice acting in anime and games are cool, but sometimes the pay and the working environments aren't always the best. So yeah, I can see why he needs some donations to be taken care of with something like this, because the fees start adding up.
Yeah.
And then you're also not you're also not working it for a little bit. So,
but people were able to retire off of remember, was it Alvin from the Cosby Show?
Oh, Elvin, yeah,
Elvin,
yeah.
And he basically didn't really have to work, and when Cosby got in trouble, he had to start work. It was so much money from his one role.
Yeah. He was pretty much living off of that for a long time.
This dude is literally in just iconic role after iconic role, and it's just no.
Yeah, and also we don't know how much anime voice actors, even actors in general, with streaming especially, they had to negotiate with the strike and everything. How much they're receiving off of that. And that can start drying up. So then you're trying to find it can get a little nerve-wracking when you're trying to find new stuff.
Well, good luck, Mike McFarland, Anime Studios. Please pay your animators and your voice actors more. Thank you very much. Cool. All right, on to the main topic, which is I'm sure going to get me a lot of hate.
Yeah.
The Naruto arcs. We're gonna rank them. I know everyone's gonna hate my takes. I don't care. Care.
Well, we're ranking, or we're doing the tier.
I want to rank them.
What's
gonna give me even more trouble?
Because tier is a little more safe. No one's we don't know which one's really the best. You can kind of hide behind that. Ranking is a clear, definitive. What's better and what's worse.
Let me actually pull up a little document that I can write this stuff down real quick. So,
I should have gotten all this stuff before.
No, I have it up. So okay,
because we gotta see how we're gonna split it up.
Yeah, I like how OG Naruto splits them up. I don't really like how Shippuden splits them up, because I just look at the Ninja War.
You're going by Crunchyroll.
Yeah, okay. I think the Ninja War is just one big arc.
There's three. They separate it by three.
And I can't discern any of them.
No.
we'll get into it. Oh, before we get into it, did you watch
Oh, I did watch Solo Leveling, the first
Solo
episode.
Leveling.
It was fine.
Yeah,
I think they were gonna do like a whole new level.
People love the show, like the manhwa.
Yeah,
This anime is not doing it justice because I think it's fine. I think the animation is just average. The action scene is just average. The I'm only on episode 1 of season 2, but I think the storytelling is a little maybe rushed. It's not being told as fluid as possible.
I didn't expect it to just jump right back. You're like, oh, another thing, another mission, people dying again. It's just like, all right, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, well, we'll get into it when the season's over, but I'm not as big of a fan. Okay, so we're gonna look at the Naruto arcs and we're gonna rank them. Okay, so I'm so biased, but starting off, Land of Waves and Chunin Exams to me are like two of the greatest anime arcs in my.
That was a nice 1-2 punch. I will say.
I think the Chunin Exam, and you can fight me on this, is god tier tournament arc.
Yeah, I think people will say it's one of the greater.
I think it's one of the greatest. I'm going to argue the greatest.
That tournament, and people will say the Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament.
Everyone says that. I haven't seen it.
It was.
You saw it?
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really good?
Yeah.
Am I too late? Will I not appreciate it because like it's been so long?
It might be.
I
haven't seen it in a long time. I've probably seen the series twice. But there are a lot of people that prefer Yu Yu Hakusho over Dragon Ball.
And I saw that. I haven't seen. Would you say that?
Yeah, I prefer it a little bit more than Dragon Ball.
I mean, no, the Yu Yu Hakusho exam over in the Naruto.
Oh, God. I don't. I think it's the time period. I think because, man, I don't know. I think I'll probably say Naruto because we're watching week to week. Like, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah, we were. I look at Naruto like I look at Final Fantasy VII. By any objective measure, I'm sure. I know Final Fantasy VII isn't the best Final Fantasy. It's 6. But like, and also tactics. But there is a convergence of cultural impact, and like you had to be there. Yeah. Like I still consider it my favorite Final Fantasy because it's just you had to be there, and that's Naruto. Like you just had to be there.
Yeah, it's like y'all. Some of the younger folks. How old am I? Some of the young like people that maybe in their 20s or something, or who just didn't see it at the time. Yeah. Like y'all understand when the Chunin exam was going on, seeing the Rock Lee fight, and then waiting like we gotta wait until next week to illegally download. We gotta wait until next week to commit a crime, so we can download the episode. Pray that the cops don't come to our house,
dude. It broke my brain that Rock Lee fight.
Yeah,
that Rock Lee like that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But basically, people don't. It was a different time. It was actually just more looking back on it. It was probably more fun than it is now. Like especially when the Chunin exam was going on because that was like the peak Naruto for me. Yep. That I was like, this is crazy.
Like there was so much content nowadays. Yeah. And I told you I rewatched Naruto during COVID, and there were so many holes in that watching. But even now, I did not care. It was so different. It was so good. So right now, I'm like number 1 for Chunin exam. All right, but I'm gonna have to I'm gonna knock them down and up as we go. Right. 2, Land of Waves. I love
Land of Waves is a little better than people. I think people want to give it credit for. Land of Waves is what I wanted. The original, that's what I wanted Naruto to be more of.
Yes,
that's why I like Land of Waves because like this should have been you the entire time.
Because like after the exam, they should went back to that ground level stuff, and
because basically. What I hated about the War Arc, which we'll get to, is that they introduced all these characters, and it's like, why didn't you just do this before in part 1 instead of rushing everybody in? So, like, after the Chunin exam, was it probably the perfect time to go to other villages and stuff? Yeah. So I like Land the Waves because you go to another village, then you meet another strong like ninja or swordsman in this case, and you kind of learn about like the different things, and it was more gritty. Like we weren't at that stage of in the end you had Naruto using his 9-tailed fox powers a little bit, but it was more grounded and more believable for that world. Really.
Yeah, and also they were just ninjas. They were still doing ninja shit. And then too, it was funny. The show used to be so funny. And it was very funny from the first 2 arcs. Like so, like these are we're gonna disagree. I'm sure at some point, but like these are probably my favorite 2 arcs. Yeah. In the entire series. That's why I said it. Yeah. Is it? We'll see. 3, Konoha Crush.
That's the 12 episodes when Orochimaru invaded the village.
That was so good.
That was the Naruto versus Gaara fight.
And then the Hokage
third Hokage versus Orochimaru. Basically 2 bad people fighting.
So look,
how we think about it.
So ooh. The reason why I like that fight was because if there was a time to be overpowered, it's like, okay, you have who's supposed to be the greatest ninja in the village. So you have and then his student, and who was nerfed because of whatever No, was he nerfed? No, he wasn't nerfed yet. He nerfed after that. But you had the greatest, you have the Hokage, who's the #1 ninja, and then you have his subordinate fighting, using all these superpowers, and it's like, oh, this is where the show will get to at some point. Way down the line, not realizing it's going to happen by like tomorrow. Right. But it made you go, oh, this is where certain ninjas can get to, right? Yeah. And so I remember thinking, oh, this is like the top. He's old, maybe a bit more. Yeah. But like to be that top ninja, and then to see what happens in the Great War Arc, it kind of ruined the point. But I thought.
I thought it was like a preview of what was to come fight wise. Yeah, like maybe a little bit better than that, or somewhat similar with other characters. Right. So it was like, oh, like this is what we're gonna get pretty soon. So it was pretty exciting to see that. And then it was kind of the Hokage not being able to kill Orochimaru, so he kind of like turned his arms to stone to kind of prevent him from taking Sasuke's body, which in a way kind of started the whole 3 years time skip because Orochimaru couldn't do anything. Yeah. So it was pretty good. It was a good arc. It was good.
What was I gonna say? So actually, not that I think about all these arcs, I feel like Naruto got progressively worse in arcs. Yeah. but it was even tactical, even though they were throwing big things. It was still tactical. Yeah. Actually, back to Land of Waves. My favorite scene in the Land of Waves was
when they saved. Okay,
they throw the was it the
shuriken? No,
it was shuriken. Yeah,
the shuriken. Yeah,
the 3-bladed thing, and then it was actually a shadow clone. And I'm
that was the first cool. Like whoa. I was like,
that stuff was cool. It was like they're using. I mean, it's all ninja stuff, but it's like they're doing weird tactics, right? Even with the third Hokage fighting Orochimaru, it was still tactical. Yeah. Even in the Chunin exam, that Sasuke bit, that's your favorite scene, right? The Sasuke
and Orochimaru fight.
Yeah,
that's probably one of my favorite fights. Yeah. Back to Orochimaru. One before we move on, he was incredibly scary.
Very scary.
He was like a villain. Like,
goat villain to trash villain.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I want to be friends with Naruto now.
He was a goat villain. 100%. Like, they were just knocking it out the park in the first 3. Yeah. And then
now this was the first.
Here goes my so right now I have here's my order for it. It goes Chunin exam is a goat, Land of Waves. Which technically they're even to me, but I'll go Chunin exam, Land of Waves, Konoha Crush is 3 by hair. Number 4,
definitely. We're at the 4th one, right?
Yeah.
This is definitely the worst one up to this point.
So
this could be one of the worst ones of the series.
You know what undoes this entire thing? Like what drove me mad She what's it called? Hemophilia, whatever it's called.
The blood thing. Yeah,
having the blood phobia.
Yeah,
I was like, you're a ninja. So how did you do anything ninja-like your entire life? Did they explain that? Like, was it a temporary thing?
I don't think they did.
Yeah, she was just scared of blood, right?
Yeah, she was just like,
like with
how are you fighting?
How have you made it this far as a ninja?
Paper cut, no.
Like, right? You're literally wielding kunais the entire time.
Yeah,
I don't know how you did anything with ninja stuff this entire time. That ruined, and then the fact that her and Jiraiya are fighting Orochimaru and he has like no hands, and they're basically having to contrive reasons why they can't win. It was the only cool scene was when he actually learned the Rasengan. Was
that was the coolest scene. Now, the first part of this arc, this was like when they introduced Itachi and Kisame from the Akatsuki. I thought that was pretty interesting because he just came back to the village, which we know now, kind of an asshole. I just came back to check on Sasuke. I'm like, okay. But that was the first time you meet them, and I thought him fighting... That's when Kakashi was stuck in that, like, the genjutsu that Itachi put him in, was like stabbing all the time.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting, but when it came down to Naruto learning the Rasengan, or the Rasengan, before I get pronunciation corrected, comment section on TikTok that no longer exists. That got a little I know they wanted to slow things down, which I thought was good because it was a mad dash for the Chunin exam and then the Orochimaru invading and stuff. But him trying to learn the Rasengan was like okay, the balloon thing. I was like, I'm fine with him trying to learn that, but I just thought it wasn't really that interesting to me. And then I thought Tsunade was...
It was quite boring. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Tsunade was just okay.
I think
it was a slow period.
I think where
in the series.
I think where the scene started falling apart was where they were saying only the fourth Hokage knew how to do this, and I was like,
oh yeah.
So why is like I know Naruto has enough chakra because he has the nine-tailed fox, but you've made a Jonin level ninja Kakashi to be X powerful, right? This powerful, and every arc you're making him seem less and less important.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, so
it's Naruto. Oh my god, you can do that too,
right? Yeah.
Oh my god, what big shoes you have?
Yeah, I just started getting upset because I was like, well, what else can you do now that he can't do? Like
a big Rasengan, Naruto. You're amazing. Kakashi, get him water.
Yeah, it just drive me insane. I'm like, wait, so he can do everything anyway. So, jumping to, I'm not doing filler.
No, yeah. Now, this is where, narratively, why are we jumping to this part?
Yeah.
That now that you think about it, like, why are we just got a new Hokage. Why are we jumping to, okay, Sasuke's got to leave now?
Yeah, that is, and it was, like, by that point, it's treason, just kill him. Like, trying to get him back. I don't know if this is worse or the search for Tsunade is worse.
Oh, no, Search for Tsunade is definitely worse.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's definitely worse. See, I think this has great moments.
The fight at the end was worse.
I thought the hospital fight was good. At the end where, like, when they both hit the water tower, and then you think that Sasuke has a bigger hole.
Wait, what?
Remember the water tower? Like, when...
Oh, yeah.
And then... So Sasuke thought, oh, I did better with him with that, and then he goes to the back of it, and it's like this huge thing in the back.
Yes.
So I thought that was like, I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
And then I think him leaving the village was great.
And Rock Lee came back from that.
Yeah, he came. And then he
did the
back.
drunk. Okay, yeah, he did. He definitely did the drunken taijutsu. Okay,
like there are some things about the chase that were just okay, but I thought the individual fights were all at least decent.
I think Choji should have died. Like I don't like.
How they all lived and all enemies.
Like
died.
you can't introduce a mechanic. If I take this, then I die, and then you don't die. I can't stand that, especially since you brought back Rock Lee when he was supposed to have irrevocable
Death.
A leg injury.
And then 30 episodes later,
he's back.
We got a doctor.
He's fighting drunk too. He's okay. So I would be more willing to. I remember seeing him and going, "Wait, I thought he was out. I thought he was out for good, right?"
Yeah.
And then he brought back Choji.
I will say I read this in the manga first when I was in high school. The best twist that I thought in the entire series was seeing the Sand Ninjas come to save him. I thought that was because that was something I just did not even think of.
When was this? Oh, when
Gar went to save Rock Lee.
Yes, when they fighting the guy with the bones.
Like, that scene was so... I was like, what? But even though, really...
Even that's too soon.
That was too soon.
Because once again, maybe Gaara had the not the whatever tail, the one tail?
Might have been the one tail.
In his body, who's possessed. But the rest of y'all are the enemy. When y'all just out here now we're cool.
Yeah, you tried to murder us a month ago.
Yeah, so this is where I went, okay, when it comes to the bigger scheme of things, I was like, the writing is getting it's getting real loose. He's getting real loosey-goosey with his plot twist.
Yeah, it's like they're focused a little too much on Naruto and Sasuke that everything else is kind of falling apart a little bit.
So I have Shooting Exam 1, Land of Waves 2, Konoha Crush 3, Recovery Mission 4, Surfer Tsunade as 5.
Yeah.
I think...
Now, that was the final original Naruto.
Yeah. I think we're in agreement with the first...
Now, we're going to get real mad.
God, I don't even... Yeah, I'm just scrolling, and I'm like, filler. Why do they not use the time to build up?
Well, they wanted to make money, obviously, and then they wanted to give time with the manga. So they had filler for 2 years.
I know they
had filler for 2 years.
God. Okay, so hot-ish take. I did not hate the Kazekage rescue mission. I didn't hate it. What I hated was... Wait a second. No, wait. Is this the
one where Gaara got captured?
Oh.
This one went a little long.
It did. No, I'm thinking
it did not need to be 30-something episodes.
Who's the... Is Kaka's... No, who's the...
The one with the lives and stuff?
With the Puppet Master.
That's this one.
Okay, I didn't hate this one. Because I like Sakura's moment in it.
Yeah, I think they gave...
What I hated... was Team Guy.
Oh, them fighting each other. Yo, that was the worst. I was like, this is so dumb.
This
was so dumb.
That might be irredeemable. That might be irredeemable.
That was awful.
Oh man.
That was god awful. Even in the manga, I was like, this shit is stupid. This shit is dumb.
Though they dragged the fuck out of that in the anime. Okay. Is it better than the Search for Tsunade?
Oh man,
it was pretty bad.
It wasn't good.
I mean, it was pretty.
The end with the fight with Chio and Sakura versus
that was pretty cool.
That was great. But even the beginning, them coming back, Kakashi was like, "Oh, do the whole bell thing," and they got the bell, or whatever. I was like, "All right, that's cool, nice little callback." But yeah,
the first few episodes were cool, and the last. But the middle set,
it was awful. This was really, really hard to get through.
All right, so God.
Week to week, this was
awful.
It was difficult.
It's a 32. Yeah, like the first 7 episodes and the last 5 to 7. But that middle 14, that middle,
it was
15 or so was.
I don't know if they did this because after this arc, you don't see Gaara for a long time.
Oh, I remember
you don't see Gaara for a minute.
Actually,
you don't see them until the summit arc.
No, you're right. And this is
I remember reading the manga and watch. Well, I was reading the manga. I'm like, damn, where Gaara at? Like you don't see them for a long time.
I almost forgot. Gaara died
and came back to life.
This is one of the worst arcs.
This might be. Yeah,
there's some good moments, but it's a bad arc.
Because at least with the Tsunade, you're talking about hey, the village, and you kind of need a Hokage, and it's like talking with Jiraiya. So that stuff was kind of interesting, even though it got kind of boring and then some of the other stuff.
Shit, but the next arc is the Tenchi Bridge arc. That's pretty bad too.
I thought that wasn't too bad. They found Sasuke. What was wrong with it?
Basically, Sai became dumb.
Oh well, Sai was okay. Yeah, Sai was stupid. I hate.
Like
Sai.
they did the thing. They did the thing where it's like, oh, just use the new cool character. He can even beat Sasuke, and then
he kind of looks like him too, guys.
And then
it's Sasuke, but if you got him at home.
And then Yamato and Sai had the worst design. And I was just like, and then when the Tenchi Bridge came, you know what? I like Naruto now. He's not our friend.
You know why? I was thinking about the okay. Now I had to think about it a little bit because I liked the part when they found Sasuke and then like they went to the hideout. Now when I'm remembering everything else, because when Sai was introduced, when the manga, I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, I hate this character and I know nothing about him.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, this character's gonna suck, and the character did.
But they made him worse in this arc. They made him.
They made him worse in the arc.
They nerfed him.
Naruto versus Orochimaru was dumb. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, it was.
And I think the part when they met up with Sasuke at the hideout, I thought that was pretty interesting. And then it was. I had to remember all. I was like, yeah, Sai was dumb. Yamato, I thought I was pretty fine with.
I liked Yamato. I liked the reason he exists. I think that was pretty cool. Because him being an experiment and.
The only thing I'll say that, maybe they did this by accident, it kind of made you miss like Kakashi.
Oh yeah, why did he get rid of Kakashi again?
He was injured or something like that.
Right, yeah.
I think he got injured, and I was like, okay, like fine, but it was just like it still wasn't really the same.
It wasn't the same.
And again, the hideout was great. The bridge, not like because they got fooled by Orochimaru and Kabuto. It's like, oh no, you're not really him. So
is it better than the Kazekage rescue?
Yes, I think it is.
I would argue Kazekage has more moments though, but a really bad middle. This was like,
does it though?
It was like a nice lukewarm bad. Whereas Kazekage was really really bad in the middle, but these were like it was fine.
No, I thought when they found Sasuke, I thought like you kind of saw how strong he was, and you saw the new outfit.
Fine. I'm not.
See the thing about the Kazekage rescue arc, because it was out in the desert. It felt like you were out in the desert because it was never going to end. It was never ending. I'm like, oh my god, yo.
Okay. So I will give you.
Imagine most of your calendar year watching this dumb shit.
No, I know.
Oh, back to the sand.
Dude, I think I that's when I started using the skip forward, like the 10, 15 on the... Because every episode, it would go back to Guy.
Yeah, Guy.
So powerful.
Wah, 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 wah.
And I was like... They're really
that dumbass song, fighting, the dumb headbands on. I'm like, you guys look stupid.
Oh my god, the headbands. And
it's like, not only this fight is stupid, you look dumb.
I remember thinking...
You look dumb doing it.
I was like, Rock Lee had the best fight in season 1, in series 1.
And now they reduced him to dumb fight. I can't fight myself. Oh, Lord. Okay, the animation was so bad.
Fine, I'll give you that.
I gotta find one of them with them jumping to pillar. It's so awful.
It's bad. All right, Hidan and Kakuzu. I thought it was pretty cool.
Whenever they get Shikamaru, whatever it is, they write the heck out of the show. Yeah. Whenever it's Shikamaru centered, they just know what they're doing.
Yep. One problem, making Asuma important. I said, wait, what? He's the third son,
and no one says anything. I'm like, guys,
that drove me mad.
Like that's really. I'm like, really? Y'all didn't say this before?
If you ever wanted to know if a character was going to kill off of a show, like if they get late stage importance, it was late stage importance. Every episode was cool, right?
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Like, if it was known prior to this arc within any even a nod. What was the line he said when the third died?
He was like, even the gods weep or something like that. I was like, that's your father. That is your, like, you're really chill right now. I'm like,
The problem with Shippuden is there are just sins being committed every arc.
I think they might have been. I wonder if they were trying to rewrite stuff because they wanted to change directions on it.
I think it is the best arc so far of Shippuden.
Oh yeah, no, that's without a doubt,
and possibly better than the Tsunade arc.
No, it's. I think it's better than the Tsunade arc.
Is it better than the Sasuke rescue?
I
say yeah.
That is a tough one.
I'd say yeah, because I'm a sucker for Shikamaru. First of all,
yeah, because I think they did a great. They always do a great job with him, and they kind of like him and his relationship with his teacher, and they throughout the series with Shikamaru, they gave him like important stuff to do. And like talking to his friends and talking to Asuma, so you kind of see the connection. So like when something like this happens, it's kind of emotional, and it kind of works. So it's like, oh, this is a really good arc.
But the rescue mission did have the fight at the end and the drunken thing, ninja. Yeah. But the Hidan Kakuzu one, you did have the was it the whirlwind Rasengan? That was pretty cool.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I was just like, well, here comes Naruto, fucking everything.
Fine, I'm putting Sasuke Rescue Mission above Hidan and
just barely.
They were two of the better members too. I liked. They had good chemistry too.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like I thought that was fun. See, I see. That's the thing. I was bored until the end of the Sasuke Rescue Mission. I was never really bored with the Hidan.
These were probably the two better villains in the series.
I think better villain. I'm going. I think the Sasuke Rescue Mission had two of the biggest moments, but as an arc, I think Hidan and Kakuzu had a.
We might have to revisit that in a minute.
I did. Yeah. Oh no. Wait, what am I doing here? Okay. The Master's Prophecy and Vengeance.
This might be the. So there's two. There's two. It was the Jiraiya fight against Pain where he dies, and then Sasuke versus Itachi, and Itachi dies. That was pretty much one.
Yeah, that's this, right?
Yeah, the Master's Prophecy.
Oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
Did Itachi die in this one?
Yeah, that's when he fought Pain, and by
Itachi.
himself.
He died.
No, yeah, he died. Sasuke versus Itachi. That's when that fight happened.
That came first. It wasn't.
Jiraiya was first, and then it was Itachi versus Sasuke. Yeah.
This was really. Jiraiya's that is does Naruto come back in this one with the
So Naruto doesn't really do anything. He's okay, no,
you're right. That's the next arc. No, this is really good. I like this arc. This was Jiraiya dying. I was like, because I think he's one of the best characters in the show. The Itachi thing, I'm not a big Sasuke fan like that, so I didn't really. But I thought it was. Okay, my issue with the whole Itachi thing was the plan was a little too cute. It's like, actually, I was good the whole time, and I killed I killed everyone for your benefit, or whatever. I'm like, no, or whatever. Not that it was dumb. It was
when Madara Madara Obito or whatever came and talked to him at the end of the fight, which was like, oh, this is the asshole we've been hiding the entire time.
I was just like...
I'm like, really, bro? He just came back to check on you. That's all he was there for.
I was just like, you could have just left... You could have said Itachi was being a bad guy. I think it just made more sense.
Yeah, it would have made more sense.
Making him a good guy just...
Yeah. It's just like, guys...
I thought would have been much cooler was if, at the end, he just killed Sasuke. Like...
Well, money says don't do that.
No, I know. But then that would have given a true...
I wouldn't have done that.
I don't know.
I couldn't do that.
I did not like I'm just been the good guy the entire time, even though...
The Leaf told me to do it. I was like, okay, I guess I gotta do it now.
And then the third Hokage knew the whole time. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I like the Jiraiya part better.
By far.
But of course, before he left, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. I named Naruto. Yeah. I'm like, guys, stop.
Yeah, that was so...
Stop doing that.
Oh my God.
Really, I know him since he was a baby.
Everything doesn't have to... Am I still on?
Yeah, it's still on.
Everything does not have to be the most important thing ever and link back to the...
Yeah, I think that's what... I think that's the problem, the series problem. They try to make too many things important.
The most important thing.
Like... hey, Asuma is really this, and Itachi that. No, I'm really this, and I'm like, no, it's okay. You can just stop doing things like that and make us questioning things.
Is it better than the Hidan Kakuzu arc?
I think it has to be.
That pain fight, no, that thing that's classic. By a mile.
Both fights, I think.
I would even argue.
Fight is better.
Here you go. Is it better than Konoha Crush, the pain fight?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No, it's better than that. Yeah, no, without a doubt.
Better than Land of Waves.
This probably has to be number 2.
I don't disagree. Actually,
I think.
I will.
You know what? I think there's just too much importance. Jiraiya dies.
Yeah.
Then you finally see Sasuke defeat Itachi.
Yeah.
Like there's too many important things. Of course, the ass pull and stuff, but just the fights that people were looking forward to and them kind of delivering on those things. I think it's too important not to put at number 2.
Yeah. No, I agree. Wow, I put a Shippuden when it's so high. Okay, anyways. I'm shocked that I put a Shippuden arc here. Wow, that hurts my heart. All right.
Now, the next arc is the arc that people love, but it's also the arc that made me start to not like the show.
I know you maintain they should have killed what's her name? Hinata?
Yeah, Hinata, yeah.
Yeah, they should have killed Hinata.
Oh, this is the pain invasion arc.
I'd argue it's a little overrated. I think it has one of the greatest.
I don't like it as much as everybody else.
I think it's a high point. But I think the training once again, it's like, oh, he's training again to be more powerful, and then when he comes back with that hero pose, fire.
That was cool. That was dope. Yeah.
But they killed everyone, and they literally brought everyone back. And he blew up the entire. It was just too much. It was like, where do you go? I remember having the same point. I didn't think about the Hinata thing per se. I just remember thinking, well, where do you go from here? Because he literally blew up the entire town.
Oh yeah.
So I honestly think it's below Konoha Crush. Like, this is my order so far. My favorite scene in.
we gotta die.
Listen. It is my favorite scene in the show. But narratively. They killed Kakashi. They killed, I think, Choji in that one.
Choji's dad. Yeah.
His dad.
Yeah.
And they rescued the slug stayed everyone. Like, I was just like, where do you go from here?
That Hinata scene, that could have been an all-time anime scene, and they just took it back.
Yeah.
The scene was so good. If you watch it again, I was like, because one, I was fine with him killing her. I was like, she's not doing anything anyway. It's just like she's not doing. And people like, oh, I love Hinata. Why? She does nothing. You have like
you perv. She's useless.
Now she has potential for. I'm like, do something with her. I'll probably like her more. But they don't do anything with her. Yeah. But like, it was still like I'm like, oh, she's gonna die. It's like she's actually trying to help Naruto.
Yep.
And then slam to the ground, stab. Naruto's in shot. I'm like, oh my god. Next episode, she's still alive. And I'm like, what are you doing?
My big.
What are you doing?
My big pet peeve is, one, they ended up relying on the fox. Fine, but biggest cardinal sin, power of friendship, taught no jutsu, and he's like, you know what? I'll just kill myself. No, this arc is overrated.
Yeah, it's like, Naruto, I'm just gonna die.
The Naruto pain fight, the Two Saviors arc is the most overrated arc in Naruto. Now, it has the best scene, the best hero pose, most overrated arc though.
I will say, it's not just the Hinata thing. I'm gonna go back to what you just said about the relying on the fox. I remember seeing him like have the big rock and then him in the sky, and I'm like. Now, with Naruto up to that point, of course, there's a lot of big attacks and stuff like that, a lot of crazy stuff. So they were, of course, getting away from, like, the ninja stuff they were used to in part 1. This was the first time I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't, this is too, like, this, now I was like, okay, this is a bit much now. Yep. Like, I just didn't like where it was going to this extent with the nine-tailed fox and stuff. Yep. I'm like, why is there a big floating rock in the sky and him about to do something? Like,
Yep.
it just felt like it was a bit too much. I wasn't expecting something like that.
No, totally agree. Yeah, so I mean, hot takes, but it's not bad. It's just not great.
Yeah.
Minus that one scene, which is fantastic.
Yes.
All right, the next scene.
Now
we have like two more, and then I'm just bucking all the Great War arc together.
Yeah.
So the Kage,
the 5 Kage summon,
the infamous scene.
Now, I didn't like the Invasion of Pain arc. This is the arc where other people are like, "What are we doing?" Yep. It was like people do not like the 5 Kage summit. But Sakura's like, "I love you."
Yeah, I love you. I love you, Gate. That was it. Was what are we doing here?
Yeah,
like that was definitely a low point.
This was the introduction.
Is it the worst arc? No, the rescue mission. Is it better than the rescue mission? The Kazekage rescue mission? Yeah, probably. It's pretty bad, isn't it?
I was less bored with this.
That's
because
true.
You saw Gara again.
True.
You know, I know they brought all. I hate that they brought in all these new characters at the end.
With no build.
I was really annoyed by that. I'm like, why are we adding new people? Right now?
The Cloud Village and whatnot.
Yeah,
and I don't hate the Cloud Village. I hate the rapping, but I don't hate the Cloud Village.
I said I would have liked this years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when you're watching this shit week to week as like a fan, it's like, why didn't you just introduce this when I was 21?
They assault you, and then instead of having fillers, you could have had actual world building.
Now with Obito or Madara going to the summit, declaring the war, I thought that was pretty decent. I thought that was pretty cool. Sasuke going in there and like, I think this is when he fought Danzo. I think. That was fine, I guess, and I have all these eyes on my arm.
I mean, it was fine, but it was that he had his little team that I hated. Like
that did not work. That didn't work at all.
They gave him a name. Then he changed the name.
They changed. You know what? It was shame. I'm like,
this was just
started.
No, we were just they were just missing the ball every time. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Naruto was like, "No, we don't kill Sasuke."
Yeah.
No, I'm begging. I'm like, he doesn't like you. Stop.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna jump right next to the next one, which is the taming of the Nine Tail with Killer Bee.
Yeah, this is what.
It's just one step above the Kazekage. I actually learned to like.
Is this when he was in the Carnival cruise ship?
Yes, I believe so.
and then Rock Lee was there for some reason.
Oh my god, it was so bad. Oh my god,
I didn't like this one either.
Oh my god,
when they went on that ship, I'm like, what are we doing on the sea? The show already.
Oh my god, yeah, that was a two arc poor run.
I know they fought Kisame because he got on there for some reason, and then they had to give him a reason to die.
Yep.
I was like, all right, I like Kisame, but let him go out sad. But all right. But he didn't. No, he said, oh, I'm not going to get away. So he had his sharks eat him.
Oh my god, that's such a bad.
He killed himself. I'm like,
yeah, no, I hated everything. This is where my ire for Shippuden comes, was from those two. I was like, this is
like Kisame is one of the better villains in the whole series. You had him just like, I'm just gonna have my sharks eat me and just call it a day.
All right. Oh my god, getting close to the end. I gotta rush. Okay, so what's the 7 Ninja Swordsmen of the Mist arc?
This might be. Oh, this is the beginning of the war.
I don't even remember it.
Also out in the sand, I think.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember.
We're just gonna put it at end because I don't remember this per se, but I wanted to talk about because the next is the Great Ninja War.
Yeah, this is. I think starting from that's the great of the.
So I want to bucket the Great Ninja War.
Yeah.
And the God stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's all bad.
It's not.
It's 200 episodes.
It was a run. Let's just say, in the anime, the arc started in 2012. And it ended like in 2016, end of 2016, early 2017, I think.
Jesus Christ.
When Shippuden ended. But it was, of course they had moments and stuff like that, but man, was that dragging.
Narratively, it was 2 days. Which is
it's like, it makes no sense. I'm like, why is this 2 days? You obviously need multiple days to beat a space alien.
Yeah.
Neji dying from a stick that he can usually
and
block.
Hinata
lived for some reason. And then then going through dimensions with what's that lady's face?
Girl.
I'm like, what?
I do appreciate the callback to Sexy no Jutsu, though.
No, that was good.
That was my only thing.
Now, the Madara fighting all the Ninja War people, that was cool.
Just fighting.
That was probably the only cool part of this. Not the only cool part, but that was the cool part. But them resurrecting everybody.
That's the part I had the biggest problem.
Because it was like in a way, it was like they were fighting a faceless army. Because you had all these Zetsu Power Rangers putties everywhere. And then all you have are all these revived people that, like, I'm like, okay, we don't have to revive everybody.
You know what was killing me? When they would do that, every putty would be like, or every resurrecting person would be like, but look, the power of friendship. You can beat me. You can beat me.
Chikamar, you can kill me. Oh my god. I'm like
I believe you can win. And I'm like, it was so bad.
It was just, they were trying to do callbacks, and I just like, this is not doing it. Like, they brought back Haku and Zabuza.
Yeah, I was like, we close it.
Yeah, why are you opening these things back up? So now, where is that gonna rank?
The Great Ninja War. To me, it's the worst. It's the worst of all the arcs, because you started
expectations and not living up to the expectations.
You have all the tells, the nine. It was too much power. You know what we should do? We should talk about the Great War arc in its entirety next episode as part of the episode.
Yeah,
because we're getting kicked out of the thing. But
it's too many episodes.
Yeah, it's too many. But for the first 13,
yeah,
I stand by this. The Great War arc. Where do you think it is?
God. I think I have to agree with you on that.
It's a completely different show.
It's a different show. Incredibly disappointing.
Very disappointing.
Even in the manga, I just stopped reading it for a long time.
Yeah, it's probably the worst arc. Yeah, and then it became too powerful. So we'll get into it next time because
kids are upstairs.
Yeah, and people are yelling. So, anyways, it's the Hidden Sound Pod. We're gonna continue this. Do you agree with our ranking? Yes. Probably not. The Great War arc sucks. But
we're gonna get mad at the pain stuff. I know that for a fact.
But we'll talk a bit about the Great War arc next episode. Though.
All right.
Bye.
All right. See ya.